else here, I don't wanna upset the apple cart now, it's just.
So you still get October, you get the last meeting in October.
Well,
I wanna give John enough time to gather
not good
everything
the
from
12th,
everybody, so I'd
13th.
like to do it in November.
What, the 16th?
I can't do it this week.
Okay, well, I'm done.
I'm okay on the 14th.
How are we doing on the 14th?
That's why I won't be here. Those are the
Oh.
2 days at work, 14, 15.
What about the 12th or 13th? Sarah?
Sarah's.
You're- Okay, we back up. How about November 1?
Work.
No, working. November 2nd, working. Ah,
No. Work, these 2 days at work, so I have these 2 also at work, yeah, I work.
No, you're off these 2, right?
Right.
Because you're working
I'm
these.
working these 2, I'm off
We
these
got
2.
down.
So
So
would
I
you be
get the
off?
2nd off.
We're off on the 2nd.
how are we doing on the 2nd? 2nd going
November.
once?
Just get the page back that far. Technology.
I think I'm okay.
Second?
I'm good.
It's a Friday.
Yep.
Yep,
What would be a good time?
Sure.
November
Selectmen
2nd,
meeting.
4 o'clock.
Okay.
Is that too early, Sarah? You're coming from
No, we
Machias.
can do it a little earlier because we're not gonna have a meeting after.
We don't want
We're
to do
just
too
having
early, I'm
this.
sleeping.
4 o'clock.
4
4 is
o'clock.
good.
4?
4 is
4
fine.
o'clock.
Okay, November 2nd, 4 o'clock, workshop.
I'll probably forget, somebody remind me.
We will remind you. Okay. Okay, so November 2nd, 4 o'clock, workshop. All right.
Oh,
That wasn't too painful.
Wasn't
Wait, it gets better. Wait, there's more. Now we're gonna try to get some more people involved in a committee.
Oh dear, another date.
We'll be working around that.
Actually, Sarah, yeah, this one includes you.
Okay, Sarah, you ready?
The CDBG Town Improvement Committee was formed to look at a variety of grants and look at things that we can do to improve the town and move the town forward. A number of people have been appointed. Sarah, Mike, myself are on the committee, and I've been looking on the CDBG website. There is information coming out about packages and grants and stuff that's available, and I would like to schedule the first meeting to get people together. I threw down Wednesday, October 17th as, you know, just a day to start the conversation. I did talk to Dwayne, who's also on the committee. He said he could make that day.
Sarah's bursting to tell you something.
Oh,
I have a couple things that night, but I think depending on the time, I
Right.
can
What, would 6 o'clock?
run. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
6 o'clock is okay.
Now, if you're a little late, you're a little late. You know.
And please, anyone out there in, as Justin puts it, TV land, who's watching, our viewers and fellow townspeople, now's your opportunity to get involved. Everybody has good ideas about what we can do to improve our town and what grants would benefit and serve the majority of people. Now's your time to get involved and let's explore the possibilities.
Right.
It's an invitation.
I mean, and please keep in mind too that when we start looking at these grants, I mean, it's not free money. A lot of these require community match. They require assets and stuff that, you know, we put up as part of our
Required
application.
time as well.
And they do require time and research.
even a lot of free grants that aren't free grants end up being.
That's
maintenance
right.
and
That's
stuff.
not free.
There's a
There's
lot of
free money.
reporting that's connected to these grants. There's a lot of time to
Right.
administer them. So we do have to weigh it. Again, we have to remember that we have a part-time town administrator. He also administers the revolving loan. So let's not bog him down so heavily. So when you're considering the grants, let's look for the ones
Right.
we really want.
And this doesn't have to only revolve around grants, it's the CDBG and
Town improvement.
Exactly.
Right.
and
Good
Yes.
point, good point.
planning and
Mhm.
what we see needs to be improved and
Right.
what time.
I mean, we've got some stuff like the town charter could be looked at. and that's gonna require a lot of work, a lot of meetings.
Sidewalks, tarring roads,
Right.
Right,
mean-
infrastructure upgrades,
Mhm.
lots of things.
lots and
One
lots
of the
and
goals
lots of
that I
things.
would like for this, grant committee is to improve the sidewalks on Front Street. We've had a number of issues up with those this year, and, there is some money available for sidewalks through CDBG. There are some programs that we could apply for.
Those are the best sidewalks we have, and it's a shame that we keep neglecting the other ones just to keep the semi-good ones up to date. I mean, there's a lot of, I think it's either time that some of our sidewalks either be removed, or we somehow bite the bullet and pay a lot of money to have them all fixed, because keeping the ones that we have in as bad a shape is just
Right.
as bad as letting the new ones go to bad.
They look nice and everything, but the maintenance on that cobblestone look is high.
Right, it is.
Mhm,
And
it
It's
is.
time to save
It's one of those
concrete
things that,
or,
Yeah.
I guess the
A
old
wider
square
level.
block, concrete one, clean, easy walking,
Right.
let's cancel the trip.
So please, if you have ideas, come to the meeting, October
October
17th.
Even though this says committee and certain people have been put on this committee, we want anybody,
Anybody.
And-
Right.
Right.
have to come in.
if you have that idea, you should come.
Come on in.
Right.
Can we put that on the local channel?
Yes, and, you know, like I said, I threw
And the
this on the
website.
agenda to generate conversation. If everybody's okay with the date and the time, then we can get it up on the local channel, the website. We can put it out here at the bulletin boards. And then I'll contact the people on the committee and see how many can make it. And once we get that initial meeting underway, we can find out what times and dates work for everybody, and we can make changes accordingly.
Okay. All right, great.
Okay, number 8, the Board of Selectmen, need to order a supplemental assessment to be levied on, map 9 lot 6. It's property located on Route 189 in Lubec, and the supplement is for $500, and it's for recovery of a portion of the cost to remove a dilapidated mobile home. We've sat down and we've talked to the property owner. They've agreed to this assessment as part of their share of the cost in removing the structure. This is the mobile home that's out in
Hunt's
Hunt's
Hollow,
Hollow.
left-hand side.
Now, if they've agreed to do it, why do we have to put it on there?
They don't have the money.
They don't have the money up front. There's 2 parties of interest. The other party was able to front a check, and these people are unable to. So what they asked would be to have the supplement level levied on the property, and then they could pay it over time.
Do we have the letter or anything where they ask for that?
We have the letter that they give us permission.
No, but the permission that they wanted it put on their taxes.
And then
No, you know that they don't, John. I brought it up to you, right? And I suggested that we get her to indicate to us in writing that a supplemental assessment would be okay.
So
Okay.
was
Well,
that
we
expressed
had-
to her? A letter?
I sat down and, when we talked about it, she did agree that to the supplement. And I did ask her for a letter that stated, that we would have permission to tear down the trailer. And, that she agreed to the supplement. In the letter, it states, she gave us permission to tear down the trailer.
But not to give her a
Bill.
supplement assessment.
She verbally agreed to the supplement.
So the letter did not state that she would agree to the supplement.
Okay, we'll get a wrote us another letter.
I think we should run it by our lawyer.
I think just table it, let John talk to her and,
Yeah, 'cause verbal
see if
stuff,
he
leave
can
it.
get it in writing.
Well, I mean, let me put my assessment hat on.
Mhm.
Come to the table, Jim.
Yeah. When we talked about it, I looked at the letter, we have the copy of it. The letter didn't indicate, it just said she agreed to pay $500. Okay. As her portion of that trailer. You know, I suggested to John and that we approach her, I'll draft a letter that indicates that she agrees to accept the supplemental assessment as a lien on the property. She gets a supplemental tax bill, and you folks can order that. We had a similar situation come up with Zorn, Manfred Zorn.
Yeah.
And in that case, a judge had to order the supplemental assessment, but a citizen can tell us that, you know, they can volunteer to get one, right? And then this, the select board would sign that. In the case of Zorn, it wasn't the kind of supplement that went before the Board of Assessors, right? It was ordered by a judge, and in this case, it would be ordered by her, basically, right? In her interest, right? And she would get a tax bill, and it would be due in 60 days, and if it wasn't paid within 60 days, then a lien would go into property. So our position, the town's position, would be covered. And,
I just being paid for my tax dollars, be taken part, right?
yeah,
So we're covered.
so she would reimburse the town over time, and a lien goes on there, and so I, because the letter didn't clearly state that she understood that was the way, the method that it needed to be handled, that it needed to be
Readdressed.
secured, in the sense that she made the commitment, and I don't doubt that she meant it, but I think if you're going to do send a supplemental assessment to somebody, somebody in authority has to authorize that.
Yeah.
That would be her in this case. That's my opinion. And I'll prepare the supplemental, and you guys can, but I would only do that after we've gotten communication from her.
Right.
That would be the
Okay.
case. Is that a,
Sounds
make sense?
good.
Yeah, really, that sounds good.
Because I'm sure that she said she'd do it, I'm
Right.
sure, just explain to her, we just need a paper trail.
Right.
Yeah, that's right, paper
I'm
trail.
sure she'll be very
Well, if you
reasonable.
send somebody a supplemental assessment, you gotta have some basis,
Right.
some authority
Yes,
for that. And this board in and of itself can't do that.
Okay,
Of its own
so
volition.
shall we
So we'll
table
table it.
this until such time as you're able to contact her?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have that as a motion? That we table it?
Make a motion, we table supplement assessment.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. All right.
Betty has asked that the board review the appointments of 3 individuals for an election clerk and ballot clerk. When she has an election, she has to have a number of Democrat and Republican ballot clerks. And I believe she is short on Democrats.
Are you comfortable with these people's names? Yeah?
One of these, Rachel, I had on the list before, but unfortunately, she was out of town and couldn't make the deadline to come in to be
Sign.
signed and sworn in during that time, so it's just a re-election. Karen Burke has asked that she'd be willing to do it if she can, and I've talked to Patsy and all 3 of them, so. Unfortunately, we've had a few Democrats that I've usually didn't accept to pass away this year, so